Story of Prophet Musa. A tale of survival and faith. Prophet Musa's early life and survival as a baby. Story of Prophet Musa. In ancient Egypt, the Israelites, who were the descendants of Prophet Jacob, Yaqub, were treated very badly by the Pharaoh. He was the king of Egypt and had forced the Israelites to work as slaves. Pharaoh was very proud and cruel. He even said he was a god and told people to worship him. One day, Pharaoh heard a prediction that an Israelite boy would be born and would grow up to challenge his rule. This made him very scared and angry, so he ordered that all baby boys born to the Israelites be killed. During this time, a baby named Musa Alaihi salam was born. His mother was very worried about his safety, but she believed in Allah and was inspired with a brave plan. She made a small basket, placed baby Musa inside, and gently set it in the Nile River, hoping Allah would keep him safe. The basket floated down the river and ended up near the Pharaoh's palace. Pharaoh's wife found the basket and saw the baby inside. She thought he was beautiful and felt love for him right away. She asked Pharaoh if they could keep the baby, and he agreed, not knowing that this child would grow up to challenge him one day. Allah protected baby Musa even though he was right in Pharaoh's palace, the place of danger. This part of Prophet Musa, Pbuh's story shows us how powerful Allah's plan is and how he can protect anyone, no matter the situation. It teaches us that when Allah watches over someone, no one can harm them. Pharaoh's test of baby Musa. When baby Musa was found near the palace, Pharaoh was suspicious and decided to test him to see if he might be the child foretold to challenge his rule. Pharaoh placed a piece of gold and a hot coal in front of the baby. By Allah's guidance, baby Musa reached for the coal and accidentally touched it to his mouth, leaving Pharaoh convinced that the child was harmless. Thus, Musa was allowed to stay in the palace, setting the stage for his incredible future. Allah guided baby Musa's actions during the test. This part of the story teaches us that Allah's protection is so complete that even the plans of the mightiest tyrants cannot succeed against His will. It reminds us to rely on Allah's guidance in every situation, knowing He is the best of planners. How baby Musa Alaihi salam was returned to his mother. After Pharaoh's wife adopted baby Musa, she began searching for a woman who could nurse him, as the baby refused to take milk from anyone. Allah's plan was already in motion. Musa's sister, who had been quietly following the basket down the river, approached the palace and offered to help. She told Pharaoh's wife about a kind woman who could nurse the baby. Without realizing it was Musa's own mother, Pharaoh's wife agreed to the suggestion. Baby Musa was safely returned to his mother, who was overjoyed and thanked Allah for reuniting her with her son. She nursed him and cared for him, all while knowing he was protected under Allah's plan, even in Pharaoh's palace. Allah returned baby Musa to his mother in the most amazing way, showing that His plans are full of wisdom and mercy. This part of the story reminds us that Allah's help can come from unexpected places, and we should always trust in His care and guidance. Prophet Musa, Pbuh's encounter with the Egyptian and his exodus. As Prophet Musa, Pbuh, grew up in Pharaoh's palace, he saw how badly the Israelites, his own people, were being treated. Even though he lived in luxury, Prophet Musa, Pbuh, never forgot where he came from. One day, Prophet Musa, Pbuh, was walking through the city when he saw an Egyptian overseer beating an Israelite slave. Prophet Musa, Pbuh, felt angry at the unfairness and wanted to help the Israelite. He stepped in to stop the fight and struck the Egyptian. Unfortunately, the Egyptian died from the blow. Prophet Musa, Pbuh, was shocked and filled with regret over what he had done. News of what happened spread quickly, and soon Pharaoh's men were looking for Prophet Musa, Pbuh, to punish him. Prophet Musa, Pbuh, knew he was in great danger, so he decided to run away from Egypt to save his life. He wasn't running away because he was afraid, but because he understood that he needed time and help from Allah to face Pharaoh and his harsh rule one day. Leaving Egypt was a big change for Prophet Musa, Pbuh. He left behind the comfort and riches of the palace and became a fugitive, living far from home. This was a time for Prophet Musa, Pbuh, to think and learn. Allah was preparing him for the Important mission that lay ahead. This part of Prophet Musa, Pbuh's story teaches us that even prophets can face hard times and make mistakes. But with true regret and Allah's guidance, they can find their way to their true purpose. Prophet Musa, Pbuh's life in Midian. After Prophet Musa, Pbuh, ran away from Egypt, he traveled for a long time and finally reached a place called Midian. He was tired, hungry, and had no place to stay. He stopped to rest by a well, where he saw two young women trying to water their sheep. The local men were taking up all the space at the well, so the women had to wait for their turn. Prophet Musa, Pbuh, who was always kind and fair, stepped forward and helped the women draw water for their sheep, even though he was a stranger and very tired. The young women were grateful for Prophet Musa, Pbuh's help and told their father about him. Their father, an old and wise man, wanted to meet Musa. When he spoke with Prophet Musa, Pbuh, he saw that Prophet Musa, Pbuh, was strong, honest, and sincere. The old man invited Musa to stay with them, and later he offered Prophet Musa, Pbuh, a chance to marry one of his daughters. The only condition was that Prophet Musa, Pbuh, would work for him for 8 years, or 10 years if he wanted to stay longer. Prophet Musa, Pbuh, agreed, happy to find a peaceful place to live and work. Living in Midian was very important for Prophet Musa, Pbuh. During this time, he learned to be patient, responsible, and humble. Working for his father-in-law and living a simple life helped Prophet Musa, Pbuh, become stronger and wiser. These experiences prepared him for his future role as a leader who would stand up to Pharaoh, the cruel ruler of Egypt. Prophet Musa, Pbuh's time in Midian taught him that true leadership is not about having lots of money or power, but about being humble and helping others. The burning bush and the command of Allah. After Prophet Musa, Moses, had completed his years of work in Midian, he decided to return to Egypt with his family. One night, as they were traveling, Prophet Musa, Pbuh, saw a strange and glowing fire on the side of a mountain. Thinking he could bring back some fire to keep his family warm, Prophet Musa, Pbuh, went closer to it. But when he reached the fire, something amazing happened. Allah spoke to him from the burning bush. At that moment, Allah chose Prophet Musa, Pbuh, as his messenger and told him that he must go back to Egypt and face Pharaoh, who was treating the Israelites cruelly. This special event is known as the story of the burning bush and was very important in Prophet Musa, Pbuh's life. It was the start of his role as a prophet and the mission that Allah had planned for him. To help Prophet Musa, Pbuh, on this mission, Allah gave him two powerful signs. The first was his staff, which could turn into a snake when he threw it on the ground. The second was his hand, which would glow with a bright light when he placed it inside his cloak and took it out. These signs would show Pharaoh and the people that Prophet Musa, Pbuh, was truly sent by Allah. Even though Prophet Musa, Pbuh, was afraid to go back to Egypt, especially because of what had happened with the Egyptian long ago, he trusted in Allah. Allah promised to protect him and guide him. Prophet Musa, Pbuh, felt braver knowing that Allah was with him and that he would not be alone in his mission. This story teaches us that trusting Allah's plan and timing is important, even when we face difficult challenges. The confrontation with Pharaoh. When Prophet Musa, Pbuh, returned to Egypt, he and his brother Harun, Aaron, went straight to the palace of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. Prophet Musa, Pbuh, was brave and full of faith as he delivered a message from Allah. He told Pharaoh to stop claiming he was a god and to set the Israelites free from slavery. To show that his message was true, Prophet Musa, Pbuh, performed miracles given to him by Allah. He threw his staff on the ground, and it turned into a snake. He also showed his hand, which glowed with bright, divine light. Pharaoh was proud and stubborn. He laughed at Prophet Musa, Pbuh's miracles and said they were just tricks. He even accused Prophet Musa, Pbuh, of being a magician. To prove he was more powerful, Pharaoh called for the best magicians in Egypt to compete against Prophet Musa, Pbuh, in a contest. On the day of the contest, the magicians threw down their ropes, and they looked like snakes because of their tricks. But when Prophet Musa, pbuh, threw his staff, it turned into a real snake and ate all the fake ones. Everyone could see that this was no ordinary magic, it was the power of Allah. The magicians knew at once that Prophet Musa, pbuh's message was true. They bowed down in respect and declared their belief in the God of Prophet Musa, pbuh, and Prophet Harun, pbuh. This made Pharaoh furious. He threatened to punish them, but the magicians did not change their minds. They stood firm and said they would stay true to their belief in Allah, no matter what happened. This story shows that the truth is always stronger than lies and that those who recognize and believe in Allah's signs are brave and strong in their faith. The parting of the Red Sea. Pharaoh was still stubborn and refused to listen to Prophet Musa, pbuh. Instead of freeing the Israelites, he made their lives even harder. But Allah had a plan to help the Israelites. He commanded Prophet Musa, pbuh, to lead them out of Egypt at night when it was dark. So, Musa guided the Israelites as they began their journey to freedom. When Pharaoh realized that the Israelites had left, he became very angry. He gathered his soldiers and chased after them. The Israelites ran until they reached the shores of the Red Sea, but they were trapped. Pharaoh's army was getting closer, and the people were scared because they thought they had no way out. Prophet Musa, pbuh, however, was full of faith. He knew that Allah would help them. Allah told Musa to strike the sea with his staff, and when he did, the waters parted. A dry path appeared, and the Israelites quickly crossed to the other side. But when Pharaoh and his soldiers tried to follow, the waters came crashing back, and they all drowned. This amazing event showed how powerful and merciful Allah is. It was a miracle that saved the Israelites and showed that no matter how strong or cruel someone is, they cannot stand against Allah's will. For the Israelites, crossing the Red Sea was not just about escaping from slavery, but also about being freed in their hearts and souls. It was one of the greatest signs of Allah's power and protection for those who have faith. Musa's leadership and the Israelites' journey. After crossing the Red Sea, the Israelites began their journey through the hot and dry desert. Even though they were now free from slavery, they faced many challenges. At times, they struggled to trust Allah and complained about their difficult life in the desert. Allah sent them special food called manna, a type of bread, and quails, small birds, to eat, but the people were still not satisfied. They missed the food they had back in Egypt and often grumbled about their situation. Prophet Musa, pbuh, had a tough job leading the Israelites. Even though they had seen many miracles, they were still ungrateful and complained a lot. Sometimes, they even forgot Allah's blessings. For example, when Prophet Musa, pbuh, went up a mountain to speak with Allah, the people grew impatient. They made a statue of a golden calf and began to worship it, forgetting the one true God who had saved them. Despite all these problems, Prophet Musa, pbuh, remained strong and patient. He kept reminding the people of how Allah had blessed them and urged them to have faith. Even when they disobeyed him, Prophet Musa, pbuh, prayed to Allah to forgive them. Prophet Musa, pbuh's journey as a leader shows how important it is to be patient, strong, and faithful, even when others are difficult to guide. His story teaches us that being a good leader means staying dedicated, especially when things are hard, and always trusting in Allah's plan. Conclusion. Lessons from the story of Prophet Musa, pbuh. The story of Prophet Musa, pbuh, is filled with lessons of faith, perseverance, and the power of trusting in Allah's plan. From his miraculous survival as a baby floating in a basket on the Nile River, to his brave confrontation with Pharaoh, and finally leading the Israelites to freedom, Prophet Musa, pbuh's life shows the importance of courage, patience, and unshakable faith. Even in the face of difficulties and the doubts of his people, he remained devoted to Allah, always relying on his guidance. His story inspires us to trust in Allah, no matter how impossible a situation may seem, and to stay strong in our faith through life's challenges.